Everybody says MiniMax video model is the open-weight video tool that finally changes the game. I spent 5 charges trying to find out if any of that is actually true. MiniMax H3 claims native 2K video, smooth action, and local GPU support. The only question is whether those claims have real data behind them or they're just marketing copy. One of the biggest problems I run into when using AI agents is turning their output into YouTube content I can actually use to market my product. That's why this video is sponsored by Subscriber, a tool that helps business owners connect their AI agents to YouTube and market their products without spending 10 hours every week creating content. You can connect Claude or ChatGPT directly to Subscriber. It then analyzes your business, website, and YouTube channel to help you create SEO-optimized video ideas, scripts, thumbnails, and even complete videos that actually match your brand. What I like most is that every week, Subscriber gives me a list of high-potential video ideas I can immediately execute, and it can even help edit videos for me, with or without my face, including videos like the one you're watching right now. It's easy to get started, and you can try Subscriber for free using the link in the description below. Now back to the video. Claim 1, native 2K output at 60% cheaper than Seedance. So here's the scenario that actually bites you. You build a workflow around that price promise, quote a client based on it, then go looking for the per second rate in the docs and there's nothing there. No resolution spec, no pricing table, just a claim floating in the air. I went through the official MiniMax site and pricing page looking for a per second rate or a resolution spec, and I couldn't find either one. Prepaid packages exist, so there is some cost structure, but the actual rates aren't published anywhere I could find. The 60% cheaper than Seedance number, 0 sourcing. The on-screen cards show exactly what you'd expect, claimed, not verified. This charge sticks. MiniMax H3 makes a headline cost claim with no published data behind it, which means you can't plan around it, and 0 of 1 claims holding up so far is pretty much the pattern we're going to keep seeing. I've burned enough hours inside these tools to know that a missing pricing page is a choice, not an accident. Drop a comment below if you've ever built a cost estimate around a vendor claim that turned out to be vapor. Claim 2, smooth action sequences without anatomical breakdowns. The failure mode here is real. You generate a fast-paced fight scene or a running character, deliver it to a client, and then someone on their team spots an arm bending the wrong way or a hand with 6 fingers. And that kind of error kills trust fast, so the claim needs more than a marketing sentence. Go looking for official motion quality benchmarks or camera consistency tests and you'll find none. What I did find is community reports noting occasional anatomical errors in fast scenes, which actually contradicts the without breaking down claim directly. And the on-screen card reads no published tests, while the community data points the wrong direction. This charge sticks too, and it's actually worse than the first one, because community evidence actively contradicts the claim rather than just leaving it blank. 0 of 2 claims holding up, and we're not done. Claim 3, reference to video mode R2V, with precise character replacement and audio sync. This one matters a lot for production workflows. You're trying to swap a character into an existing scene and keep the audio locked, and if R2V doesn't actually work as described, you're back to manual compositing, which costs real time and real money on every project. R2V mode is listed as a feature on the MiniMax site, but I couldn't find a single published example of character replacement or any technical documentation on how the FFOF audio sync actually works, and the on-screen card confirms it. Mentioned, not documented. No examples, no spec sheet, nothing you can actually evaluate before committing to it. Charge 3 sticks. R2V is a named feature with 0 technical backing, which makes it impossible to evaluate as a production tool right now. And 0 of 3 claims holding up means we're heading into the last 2 with a clean sweep of failures. 3 charges in a row have stuck, but the last 2 are different in kind. One of them is the claim that could actually change how you think about running this model locally, and the other is the only one with official documentation behind it. So whether either of those lands changes the whole picture of what MiniMax H3 actually is right now. Claim 4, MiniMax H3 runs on a consumer GPU, specifically an RTX 4070 Ti Super, generating a 5-second clip in 5 to 6 minutes. That number is the opener here because it's concrete and checkable. And if it's wrong or overstated, anyone who sets up a local rig around it is going to be very unhappy, very fast. I went looking for official hardware requirements and found none published. The 5 to 6 minute generation time on an RTX 4070 Ti Super comes entirely from a community report, not an official spec, so you're trusting one person's setup rather than a documented baseline, and the on-screen card labels it community reported, not verified. Charge 4 sticks. The consumer GPU story might be real, but right now it's one community data point, with no official hardware spec to anchor it, which isn't enough to plan a local deployment around, and 0 of 4 claims holding up means the last one carries all the weight. Claim 5, a true multimodal single workflow handling text, image, video, audio, and music all in one model. The objection you're probably already thinking is that every model claims multimodal these days, right? The real difference is whether you need to chain separate models together or whether one model genuinely handles all 5 input types natively, because that gap in your pipeline adds real latency and cost. I ran through the official docs twice on this one because it's the only claim with actual backing. MiniMax's own documentation confirms H3 is genuinely omnimodal, handling text, audio, image, video, and music in a single model. And while the single workflow piece is implied by the design, rather than explicitly spec'd out, the core omnimodal claim has an on-screen card showing verified. This charge is dismissed. Official docs confirm the omnimodal design, making it the only claim in this whole review with solid vendor backing. And the final tally is one of 5 claims holding up, that one being the omnimodal architecture. Alright, so where does MiniMax H3 genuinely shine? The omnimodal architecture is real and documented. Text, audio, image, video, and music all in one model, and it's open weight, so the community can actually get hands-on and experiment locally. And prepaid API packages do exist, so there's some structure for cost control, even if the exact rates aren't published yet. And here's where MiniMax H3 falls short, no softening. The 2K at a claimed lower cost has no pricing data behind it. Smooth action sequences and R2V audio sync are completely undocumented. Community reports actually contradict the motion quality claim. Consumer GPU performance is one person's anecdote rather than a spec, and 4 of 5 claims are just words on a page right now. Worth it if you're a developer who wants to experiment with an open-weight omnimodal video model and can live with one of 5 claims actually verified. Skip it if you need documented performance numbers before you build anything real, because 1 out of 5 charges dismissed is a starting point, not a foundation. One thing the marketing doesn't mention at all: MiniMax H3 has known content moderation limits on political topics, so if your use case involves news, satire, or anything adjacent to political content, you'll hit a hard wall that isn't flagged anywhere in the official docs or pricing pages, and you'll only discover it mid-project. If you're trying to figure out where the real value is in this generation of video and image tools, I'd check out the Flux 3 versus Grok Imagine video next. That one actually has verified output comparisons on both sides, so it's a pretty different experience from what we just went through here.